looking at a chart of USDCAD, we've got some news coming out later today. Okay, so that's why I'm looking at this market. Now, I will just squeeze this chart and show you what we can see here is that we've got a high and another high here. Okay, that's a double top. So the market is engineering liquidity and potentially moving down now to get some short sellers into the market. Okay, now what I want to see is the market get all the way down to here where there is a bit of inefficiency. I don't know if it's going to do that, but that's kind of what I want to see. That's also under these sell stops. Okay, and that is going to be at the most recent original order block that triggered this move. Okay, as I said, I don't know if I'm going to get down there, but what I want to see is that move down, which will be the initial manipulation at that news release, and then I want to see a move up to take out these relative equal highs. Okay, that's what I want to see. Obviously that may not pan out, but I want to see that for me to be interested in this market. Okay, if these relative equal highs get taken out before the news release, then I'm not really interested in this market. Okay, I want to see those highs remain intact and the news pushes down, okay, very quickly, and then immediately after a couple of minutes I want to see us come back up and take out those highs. In that news release I want to see these sell stops taken out as well. Obviously that'll be taken out if we do get to that level of inefficiency. As I said, I am not sure if we will get down there. Okay, let's have a quick look at an hourly chart, because this liquidity up high has been left intact and I want a move down to have enough room, like enough movement in price upwards to attack that liquidity that resides above. Okay, I'm not interested in the market, for example, at news release. If it just comes down to here somewhere in this little gap, I'm not interested to get in a move just to take out that. That's only a 15 pip move or 20 pip move, whatever that is. I'm not interested in that. For me to get into this market, I need solid displacement where the market is enticing short sellers. Okay, and then at some point I want to see a reversal, potentially from there. I don't mind if it goes down and takes that out as well. That's fine as well. But I want to see some kind of reversal and then I move back up to attack this liquidity. That's kind of what I'm looking for in the CAD, and I want to see all of that as part of the news releases at the New York Open. Okay, so we will use this as a lesson. We're going to monitor this market and see what does the market do on this news release. There's nothing guaranteeing any of what I think is going to happen. We could go up first in the news release and then come down. Okay, or we could go up and continuing going up because there are things higher up that need to be balanced. So if I talk about the high time frame, this is a daily chart. Okay, we have come into a level of support on this down candle. Okay, we've also come into a level of support at the bottom end of this gap. This is a daily gap, okay, between those 2 points, and we've come to the bottom end of that. Okay, and we have equilibrium that I've calculated to be up here, and that is based on this low and whatever the high up the top. This is the midpoint of that entire move, and so there is the possibility that we need to come back to equilibrium, and just below that equilibrium we have this liquidity where we have stops above residing, anyone that's short, and then we also have this gap also, okay, that we may need to come into, and so those things kind of say we may just go up, right? So we have this liquidity residing just under this 50% level, which we refer to as equilibrium between this low and the high that's up there, and we also have this gap that's sitting there, and when you have liquidity residing just under a level that you think the market's going to be reaching for, that kind of makes that level high probability. Okay, we also have these equal highs that have been generated, but I want to see the market drop a little. Okay, somewhere, I mean, this is maybe okay just from there. I'll have to assess the market when we get to that level. That is an important level, but I prefer what I've shown on that 15-minute chart where we have this efficiency. That's what I'm going to be watching for. But as I said, because we do have points of interest on a daily chart higher, the point I'm making here is that we may just go higher on that news release up to there, right? It may not give us an entry on the way down to go there. It may go straight on the news release up there, or there is there's liquidity under each one of these lows that we see on the daily chart. So there is liquidity here as well. Okay, while I don't think we're going to go and attack that because we have already come into this support level, it'd be nice to see the market go back down into that support level, if as a manipulation move for a move higher. Okay, so only time we'll talk. This is a learning exercise for us to monitor USDCAD on that news release. It'll be at the Open of New York at 8:30 a.m. New York time. So let's watch the market, see what it does, and I'll post another video after that as an assessment. But I want you to monitor the market live to see the volatility that's typically injected on these news releases. Okay, so I want to talk with you in a future video.